There are moments on television that stop time. Moments where the air in the room changes, where strangers grab each other's hands without knowing why, where every person watching, whether in the arena or on a screen 10,000 miles away, feels something crack open deep in their chest. This was one of those moments. Her name is Vlada. His name is Yevhenii. Together, they are duo Stardust, a husband and a wife from Ukraine, two people who had already given everything to their dream, and had already been told it wasn't enough. They had stood on one of the biggest stages in the world, Britain's Got Talent, and they had poured their hearts onto that stage. Vlada had soared through the air. Yevhenii had held her, spun her, caught her. They had performed with everything they had. And Simon Cowell had sent them home. Standing in the darkness, Yevhenii would later say, his voice trembling with the weight of that memory, and understanding that the dream is finished at that point, it was really hard to accept. We just felt heartbroken. Most people would have stopped there. Most people would have packed their bags, dried their tears, and found another life to live. Another dream to chase. Something safer. Something that didn't hurt so much when it was taken away. But Vlada and Yevhenii are not most people. They went home. They didn't give up. They rebuilt their act from the ground up. They took Simon's criticism, every word of it, and they used it like fuel. Like fire. They trained harder. They pushed further. They added moves that seemed physically impossible, tricks that made even other professional acrobats cover their eyes. And then they made a decision that changed everything. They were coming back. Not to Britain. Not to Simon's stage this time. They were going to America. They were going to stand on the AGT stage, the biggest talent stage in the world, and they were going to prove that the dream was never finished. That heartbreak is not the end of the story. That sometimes, being told no is just the universe making sure you're truly ready for yes. When duo Stardust walked out onto the America's Got Talent stage, nobody in that arena fully understood what they were about to witness. Vlada stepped onto her roller skates. Yevhenii took his position. The music began, that haunting, pulse-racing melody filling every corner of the theater. And then Vlada flew. She flew through the air in Yevhenii's arms, spinning at speeds that defied gravity. She dropped. He caught her. She rose again, higher, faster, more breathtaking than before. The audience was on its feet before the performance was even halfway through, gasping and screaming and covering their mouths with both hands. Simon Cowell, the man who had once sent them home, leaned forward in his chair, his eyes tracking every single movement. You could see it on his face. He knew. He knew this was different. This was everything he had told them they could be. But he never got the chance to press the golden buzzer. Sofia Vergara moved first. She slammed her hand down on that golden button before Simon could even reach for it. And as gold confetti exploded across the stage, raining down on Vlada and Yevhenii as they stood hand in hand, breathless and trembling, Sofia turned to Simon and said the words that the entire internet would be repeating for the next 48 hours. They're mine. The crowd lost their minds. The judges rose. And Yevhenii wrapped his arms around Vlada as she sobbed into his shoulder, not from exhaustion, not from the performance, but from relief. From the indescribable, overwhelming feeling of being told, after all that darkness, you were always worth it. Simon walked to the edge of the stage to congratulate them. He hugged them both. And even he couldn't hide the smile. Because duo Stardust had done what nobody believed possible. They had walked into the room where they had once been rejected. They had faced the man who had said it wasn't good enough. And they had turned that wound into wings. What does it take to get back up after you've been told your dream is over? What kind of love makes two people rebuild from nothing, cross an ocean, and fly again? Duo Stardust didn't just earn a golden buzzer that night. They earned something far more rare, the proof that being broken is not the same as being finished. The confetti is still falling. And for Ukraine's most fearless couple, the real story is only just beginning.